The AI-driven office. A new dawn when Alex wakes up. It's not to the blaring sound of an alarm clock, but to the soft chime of his smart assistant syncing with his circadian rhythm. The lighting in the bedroom gradually shifts to a warm hue, mimicking sunrise, a subtle cue that it's time to begin the day. There's no scramble for the shower, no dash to catch a train, no stressful commute. Instead, Alex takes a few steps from his bedroom into his virtual workspace, an immersive environment curated just for him. At the center of this workspace is a translucent table. With a wave of his hand, the air shimmers and a holographic meeting interface appears. Around the table, avatars of his global team flicker to life, each rendered with hyper-realistic detail. One colleague logs in from Tokyo, another from Berlin, and a few from various cities across North and South America. Despite the geographic spread, collaboration feels effortless. AI-powered translation tools seamlessly convert speech in real time, making cross-cultural communication feel natural and intuitive. This is not the traditional office Alex's parents once knew. In this world, AI-powered collaboration systems manage tasks, schedules, and even prioritize messages based on urgency and context. Emails are a thing of the past, replaced by contextual voice notes and intelligent summaries. AI assistants learn over time, anticipating needs, suggesting breaks, and even scheduling spontaneous brainstorming sessions based on team members' energy levels and overlapping availability. Global teams. Local comforts. Alex's role as a digital strategist means constant interaction with colleagues across time zones, but he no longer thinks of time as a constraint. Smart scheduling tools handle time zone management, ensuring no one joins a meeting at midnight unless they've chosen to. Alex can design his personalized schedule around peak productivity hours, leaving afternoons free for walks, creative time, or relaxation. This freedom is part of the broader digital nomad lifestyle, a movement empowered by remote work and AI tools. While Alex is based in Barcelona this month, next month he plans to work from a quiet seaside town in Portugal. High-speed satellite internet and smart home setups ensure that location is never a limitation. And while his colleagues live in different parts of the world, they remain deeply connected. They share meals over virtual lunches, celebrate birthdays in interactive virtual lounges, and maintain a sense of community, all from the comfort of their homes. It's a perfect example of global teams, local comforts in action. The Home Hub, more than just an office. Alex's home is more than a place to sleep. It's a dynamic hub designed around both productivity and well-being. The kitchen prepares nutritionally balanced meals recommended by his health monitoring AI in the living room. Voice-activated panels control ambient lighting, adjust temperatures, and play focus-enhancing soundscapes when Alex enters his focus zone. This ergonomic setup is tailored to Alex's posture and movement data, collected over time to ensure maximum comfort and reduced strain. His smart assistant integration extends beyond work. It monitors air quality, reminds him to hydrate, and even recommends short, meditative breaks based on detected stress levels in his voice and facial expressions. But the lines between personal and professional life are indeed blurring. The same desk used for strategic meetings in the morning might serve as a dinner table by evening. Alex's AI assistant helps him maintain balance, setting gentle boundaries like muting work, notifications after 7 p.m., or suggesting a walk before diving into a second work session. Skills for a flexible future. To thrive in this AI-driven world, Alex has embraced continuous learning. He regularly engages in reskilling initiatives, accessing interactive modules on virtual leadership, ethical decision-making in AI contexts, and the cultural nuances of remote collaboration. Traditional qualifications hold less weight now. Instead, digital literacy and emotional intelligence have become the most valued attributes. Alex has learned how to read emotional cues through avatars, how to build trust virtually, and how to lead meetings that are both efficient and empathetic. Adaptability is key. Workflows, tools, and even industries evolve quickly. Fortunately, his learning environment adapts just as fast. With just a voice command, Alex can enter a virtual classroom, join a peer-led discussion forum, or simulate a leadership scenario in a digital twin of his actual workplace. Professional development is no longer a side project. It's integrated into everyday life. Lifelong learning isn't just a concept, it's a necessity. The future of work, a human perspective. One afternoon, Alex joins a virtual community forum, not for work, but for discussion. Today's topic: how has the remote revolution changed how we live together? Participants explore how cities are transforming. Without the need to live near office towers, people are relocating to smaller towns. This decentralized living has led to the rebirth of local communities, less urban congestion, and more balanced regional development. Public spaces, once filled with office-goers, are now repurposed for wellness, art, and recreation. But there are challenges too. Some feel isolated without in-person interaction. Others struggle with the constant presence of work in their homes. To tackle this, societies are developing well-being metrics, standards that help individuals and companies measure balance, fulfillment, and mental health. Alex reflects on these changes. The tools are powerful, yes, but it's how humans use them that will define this new era. The AI may manage the workflow, but empathy still drives leadership. Automation handles the mundane, but creativity and connection give work its meaning. As the session ends, Alex gazes out the window of his temporary home, a quiet cottage surrounded by olive trees. He thinks about how much has changed. The office isn't gone. It's just evolved into something more fluid, more flexible, and perhaps more human. A final thought. The future is no longer waiting. It's here, unfolding every day in the ways we work, connect, and live. Alex's story is just one of many. As AI reshapes the structure of work and society, a fundamental question remains. How will humanity preserve meaning, purpose, and connection in a world where everything else is handled by machines? A world in transition. Back in his virtual workspace, Alex receives a notification, not a typical message, but a societal trends update curated by his AI assistant. It's part of a weekly digest that summarizes macro-level changes affecting his industry, lifestyle, and even personal goals. One headline catches his eye: from megacities to micro-communities. The rise of intentional living spaces. Intrigued, Alex taps in. A digital map appears, glowing with activity, but urban centers that were once overcrowded have started to disperse. People now live in intentional communities designed around shared values, sustainability, creativity, wellness. These aren't gated tech enclaves, but open, diverse, AI-supported neighborhoods where remote workers, artists, educators, and families coexist. These developments are made possible by a combination of decentralized infrastructure, affordable connectivity, and flexible work. With AI optimizing logistics, education, healthcare, and even public services, proximity to traditional resources is no longer essential. Alex considers moving to one of these communities for a few months, a forest eco-village in Finland that boasts an incredible virtual community and a co-working lodge built into the landscape. What's most remarkable is that, even as physical distances grow, emotional and intellectual proximity has increased. Shared digital rituals, morning stand-ups, community forums, wellness challenges, virtual concerts create a tapestry of connection that spans time zones and cultures. The human element. Later that week, Alex mentors a group of younger professionals as part of a reskilling initiative. He appears in a virtual mentorship dome where avatars of learners from different backgrounds and locations join the session. One student, Samira from Nairobi, asks a poignant question. With AI doing so much, what do you think is the one skill we can't afford to lose? Alex pauses, reflecting. It's a question he's asked himself more than once. The tools are dazzling smart homes that anticipate needs, offices that dissolve into thin air, global teams that operate around the clock. But behind it all, the human experience remains. He replies, the skill to connect deeply, with ideas, with people, and with ourselves. AI can suggest what to say, but it can't feel what it means. That's still ours to carry forward. The mentorship dome fades, replaced by the familiar layout of his virtual workspace. Alex's AI assistant chimes in softly. Would you like to schedule more mentoring sessions next quarter? He smiles and confirms with a nod. Redefining success in this new era, success isn't defined by how long one stays at a desk or how many emails one sends. It's about impact, clarity of thought, emotional presence, and community contribution. Alex's performance reviews are based not just on KPIs, but also on well-being metrics, collaboration ratings, and innovation impact. His calendar doesn't just list meetings, it includes time for reflection, learning, and even silence. AI tracks his stress patterns and recommends adjustments in workload or meeting cadence accordingly. Work and life are no longer in opposition. They flow together, supported by AI, but grounded in human priorities. He now works in project cycles rather than fixed roles. Teams form organically, often cross-industry, built around goals rather than hierarchies. In one cycle, Alex could be a strategist. In another, a mentor or creative lead. These roles are adaptive, like the world around them. This kind of flexibility means more movement, more learning, and more personal alignment. But it also demands something deeper. The courage to evolve, to let go of outdated definitions of productivity, and to embrace a new rhythm. The role of AI in culture and ethics at a monthly virtual town hall. Alex joins a discussion hosted by his company's ethics board. This week's topic: AI and culture. Are we losing human stories? Artists, technologists, and philosophers from around the globe attend. The debate is lively. One musician from Argentina shares how AI-generated compositions have changed his workflow for better and worse. A teacher from Canada worries about students becoming too reliant on AI to form opinions. A sociologist from India raises concerns about cultural homogenization, where global tools flatten local nuance. Alex contributes, speaking about his team's efforts to embed cultural intelligence into AI collaboration tools so that humor, tone, and values are preserved and not misinterpreted. AI should be a bridge, not a bulldozer, he says. Our tools must learn from us, not overwrite us. There's agreement. The future of work is not just about productivity, but about preserving meaning, identity, and diversity in a digitized world. A glimpse into tomorrow. One quiet morning, Alex decides to take a break from work entirely. He disables notifications, activates a deep rest setting on his smart home, and walks into nature. With his smart glasses off and his virtual workspace paused, there's only silence, birdsong, wind, the crunch of gravel underfoot. He reflects on the journey. Once work meant a cubicle, a commute, a rigid schedule. Today, it means freedom with responsibility, technology with intention, and connection across difference. The tools are extraordinary, yes, but the true transformation has been internal. He thinks about children growing up today, how they'll never know the stress of rush hour traffic or the pressure to clock in, but they'll face new challenges. Managing digital overload, finding authenticity in avatars, and staying grounded in a world that changes by the minute. And yet, Alex feels hopeful. The AI revolution, when guided with care, doesn't have to dehumanize work. It can, in fact, bring us closer to what work was always meant to be, a way to express our gifts, support our communities, and shape the world. Looking ahead that evening, Alex returns to his desk, not because he has to, but because he wants to. A new project proposal awaits, one focused on community building through hybrid cultural events. He's eager to begin, knowing it will blend art, technology, and human connection in exciting ways. Before diving in, he logs a journal entry using his AI-enhanced notepad. He speaks softly. October 16, 2025. The world continues to change. AI is everywhere, but so is humanity. We're not just surviving this transformation, we're shaping it. He pauses, then adds, "What kind of future are we building? One where we serve machines, or one where they serve our highest hopes?" The cursor blinks, waiting, and somewhere between the lines of code, a question lingers, not for AI to answer, but for people like Alex, and all of us. Closing reflection as AI reshapes every corner of our professional lives, from how we meet, to where we live, to what skills we value. It also forces us to ask fundamental questions. What do we want work to feel like? How can we use technology to deepen, not dilute, human connection? What remains uniquely human in an AI-powered world? The answers will differ from person to person, but one truth remains. The future of work is not just about technology, it's about who we become because of it. The evolving balance, the future of work, Alex realizes, is less about machines replacing people and more about redefining what it means to be a person in a digital age. The lines between technology and humanity are not battlefronts, they are bridges. Each new advancement in AI asks humanity a deeper question. What will we choose to amplify? Efficiency or empathy? Speed or wisdom? Output or meaning? In this evolving landscape, companies have started to shift from profit-centered models to purpose-driven ecosystems. Success metrics now include societal contribution, carbon neutrality, and emotional sustainability. Businesses are no longer just economic engines. They are living communities of purpose. Every project, from design to delivery, carries an ethical dimension. Does this innovation serve humanity, or does it distance us from ourselves? AI systems, once designed for pure optimization, are now being trained on human values. They learn not only what people do, but why they do it. Ethical programming has become a universal discipline, combining philosophy, psychology, and data science. Students in universities study AI empathy models alongside mathematics and literature. Algorithms are taught to identify emotional context, not to imitate feeling, but to recognize its sacredness. Still, not everyone agrees on the direction. Some worry that relying too much on algorithms for decision-making dulls our collective moral muscle. Others see AI as a mirror, reflecting the best and worst of our intentions. And perhaps Alex thinks both are right. The mirror is neutral. It's what we bring to it that defines the reflection, the age of collective intelligence. A few months later, Alex joins an international think tank focused on the future of collective intelligence. The Group's mission is to explore how human and artificial minds can collaborate on a planetary scale. Their meetings take place in immersive digital spaces, shimmering networks of light, where ideas flow as visual streams of color. Each participant's thought patterns are translated into visuals by neural interfaces, turning brainstorming into a living, breathing experience. The discussions are profound. One biologist proposes using AI to coordinate global ecological restoration, predicting migration patterns, balancing ecosystems, and allocating resources dynamically. A philosopher counters, "We must be careful not to design a world that's efficient but soulless." Alex listens, then offers his perspective. Perhaps the future isn't about replacing human judgment with AI logic, but about expanding our collective perception. We can see more, understand faster, and act more precisely if we stay rooted in compassion. That idea gains traction. The think tank begins a new initiative, the Human AI Symbiosis Charter, a global framework designed to ensure that technology serves not just intelligence, but wisdom. The Charter outlines principles for transparency, equity, and emotional balance in AI collaboration. For Alex, this project marks a turning point. He begins to understand that the future isn't a destination, it's a relationship between human and machine, between progress and purpose, between knowing and feeling. Reimagining education. A year later, the mentorship dome evolves into something even more extraordinary, the Global Learning Tapestry, a decentralized education network where anywhere can teach or learn in real time. AI curates personalized curricula based on curiosity rather than credentials. Learners are no longer categorized by age or geography, but by passion. Alex watches as students from rural villages in India collaborate with engineers from Japan, as poets from Brazil inspire scientists in Germany. Barriers of access and privilege begin to dissolve. Knowledge becomes a shared commons, fluid, inclusive, alive. He mentors a new group of learners, this time focusing on ethical leadership in the age of AI. One student, Matteo, asks, "Will empathy still matter when machines understand everything?" Alex smiles, recalling his earlier conversations with Samira. "Understanding and feeling are different," he says. "Machines might know the word grief, but they'll never feel the weight of loss. That's where our humanity stays irreplaceable. Empathy isn't just emotional intelligence, it's moral courage. It's the will to care when no algorithm requires it." The students are silent for a moment, reflecting. Then, the virtual space fills with glowing lights, an AI-generated visualization of their shared insights. It's as if the digital universe itself acknowledges the truth of what was said. Harmony between nature and technology outside the digital world. Physical communities continue to transform. The eco-village movement Alex once read about has grown into a global phenomenon. These intentional micro-communities thrive on the edges of forests, deserts, and coastlines, not as retreats from technology, but as experiments in harmony. AI manages energy distribution, monitors ecosystems, and automates waste reduction, freeing humans to focus on creativity, relationships, and reflection. Smart architecture adapts to seasons, optimizing light and airflow. Digital platforms facilitate sharing, tools, food, even skills, reinforcing trust and reducing waste. Alex visits one such community in Finland, where he finally experiences the forest co-working lodge he once dreamed about. The air smells of pine and earth. Screens are minimal. Instead, holographic displays fade seamlessly into the natural backdrop. Every tool is designed to disappear when not needed. At night, the community gathers around a digital campfire, a hybrid of tradition and technology. AI projects ambient sounds and visuals inspired by real stories shared in real time. Laughter, music, and storytelling echo into the night. It feels ancient and futuristic at once. In that moment, Alex realizes something profound. The goal of progress is not escape, but return. To ourselves, to balance, to meaning. The new spirituality of work in the years that follow, work itself takes on a spiritual dimension. Meditation breaks are standard in corporate schedules. AI companions are trained to detect emotional fatigue and guide users toward mindfulness or rest instead of pushing for performance. Success stories are no longer about wealth accumulation but alignment, how well one's actions, values, and purpose harmonize. Society celebrates people who create emotional value as much as economic value. Mentors, healers, artists, and ethical technologists. Alex begins to write essays about this new paradigm, exploring how the workspace has become a sacred space of creation. He writes, "Work is not merely what we do to survive, it is how we participate in evolution itself. Every choice, every creation is a dialogue with the future." His writings gain global traction, sparking a movement called the Conscious Work Revolution, a cultural shift emphasizing mindfulness, ethics, and empathy in professional life. AI tools designed with these principles begin to spread worldwide, balancing productivity with peace. The Great Integration. By 2035, humanity reaches a milestone, the integration era. The novelty of AI has faded. It is simply part of life, as invisible as electricity once became. People no longer talk about AI adoption, but about human enhancement. Yet, amid this seamless fusion, a new challenge arises. The risk of losing self-reflection with algorithms anticipating every need, the art of waiting, of wondering, begins to fade. That's when Alex and his peers advocate for intentional friction, deliberate pauses, slow zones, and digital Sabbaths built into everyday life. In these pauses, creativity flourishes again. People rediscover the joy of not knowing, the beauty of imperfection. Artists begin painting without AI assistance. Musicians return to analog instruments. Communities hold unplugged days to reconnect face to face. AI, paradoxically, becomes a catalyst for rediscovering humanity's depth. Closing vision now older, Alex stands on a balcony overlooking a hybrid city. Part urban, part natural, fully alive. Autonomous vehicles glide silently below. Rooftop gardens hum with energy. Children play both in real parks and in shared virtual worlds where imagination shapes reality. He reflects on how far humanity has come. Not perfect, but aware. Not free from technology, but free through it. The dialogue between human and machine continues, not as domination, but as partnership. As he gazes at the horizon, the sun rises, golden light merging with the digital sky projected by the city's AI-managed weather dome. It's impossible to tell where the natural ends and the artificial begins, and maybe that's the point. Because in this balanced world, the human is not lost in the machine, it is revealed by it. And so Alex whispers the same words he once recorded in his journal years ago, now echoing across a wiser, more connected world. The world continues to change. AI is everywhere, but so is humanity. We're not just surviving this transformation, we're shaping it together.